Welcome everybody to another edition of TalkingWithHeroes.com talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, your host, behind the camera. And we have now moved, as most of you probably know by now, we've left Iraq and we've been in Afghanistan. We did some interviews in Bagram. Second Lieutenant Jason Smith kind of introduced us a little bit about what we're going to be seeing here in Panjshir province. And but before we get started, I'd like to open up all the new segments by thanking the people that made this trip possible. Blackhawk.com, Newsblaze.com, MilitaryConnection.com, FreedomHunters.org, LauraBurgess.com, Number5Jump.com, SoldiersAngels.org, and BroadbandForAmerica.com. And right now, we arrived, I guess about 2 a.m. this morning in Panjshir province. And it's an incredible place. As you're looking at the video, you'll see mountains in the background. And most of you know I live by Fort Carson. This is just an incredible. We're going to see a lot more of this shortly. But to get us started, we're going to go check out some places, bring you inside places most people in America really never get to see unless you're here. So I want to introduce Tech Sergeant Sean White with the United States Air Force. Welcome, sir, to Talking with Heroes.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate your service. On any FOB, especially a small FOB like ours, Forward Operating Base Lion, we're going to take you to where it all happens, the DFAC.
Okay.
We cannot perform any of our mission, we cannot function without food. We have a young man in here. His name is Airman Lavrinc. He goes above and beyond and keeps us well fed.
Okay, and just real quick, we're going to talk with you more later, but talk about how long you've served and where you're from.
Originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Go Bucks. I've been in the Air Force for 15 years. I'm a photographer by trade, and I look forward to serving out as long as they'll have me.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is you're going to take us to a number of places here on FOB Lion.
Yes, sir.
Right now we're going to go in the DFAC.
Yes, the heart of it all.
Let's go ahead and walk in the door here, folks. We'll take you right inside another DFAC. This is a little smaller than other ones you've seen before. It is a smaller FOB. Go ahead and go first. Okay, why don't you describe what we're seeing?
Well, this is our DFAC, our dining facility. This is where we eat, we have meetings. It tends to be a multi-purpose room. Right now we're watching college football. We're happy to see the college football season. Everybody tends to root for where they're from.
And the lion on the wall. Obviously FOB Lion, right?
Yes, the Lion of Panjshir.
Oh, the Lion of Panjshir. That has a good story behind it.
It does. We'll talk about that.
Okay. And we got the kitchen area here, where we're going to be going back here. Now the kitchen is mainly operated by local people, right?
Yep, absolutely. Okay. This is Airman Lavrinc.
Great, how are you doing, sir?
He's in charge of our dining facility.
If you could introduce yourself with your rank, how long you served in the United States Air Force, and where you're from.
Okay.
Hold the mic up.
Airman Josh Lavrinc, been active duty 5 years, stationed at Nellis Air Force Base.
Okay, is that where you're from?
Originally I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. So you wear many hats here. We were talking before we went on the air, so share a little bit about what you do here at the FOB.
Well, if you want, we can take a walk into my main area. It's the dining facility.
Okay.
This is our main kitchen area. Obviously, you saw the food serving line when you first walked in. We run 4 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we're also running a midnight meal right now for the Ramadan holiday for the local personnel that we have here on the FOB.
So the local people eat here too?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Our guards and our interpreters, as well as my kitchen staff that I have here.
Okay, this tells you what we've been eating today.
Right, absolutely. So we have a menu board. We also have the hours set for our personnel that are coming in. So.
Okay, and then you oversee pretty much everything with the DFAC?
Yes, absolutely. Food orders, menu planning, quality assurance and inventory checks, And then also food handling and health safety courses that we keep spinning up our personnel on a regular basis.
So basically, people come in the door, they have to wash their hands.
Right, absolutely.
then they come
we have
in.
a dining facility policy posted on the door outside as you come in. No open-toed shoes, no shirt and sleeves. Wash your hands as you come in. Go ahead and grab your silverware, your trays. Go ahead and process that for the food line.
And you have a variety of drinks. Of course,
Yep.
water is really important.
Water, absolutely. You never have enough water out here. Sodas, energy drinks, juice, milk, Gatorade. This is one of our contractor cooks. This is Coco. He's one of the local nationals that we have working here for us. He's actually one of the former governor's uncles.
Okay. So he kind of is in charge.
He's one of the cooks that we have here.
Okay. Do you want to talk about? With an interpreter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
America's seeing you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you want, we can kind of walk through the
sure.
areas where they'll prep the
Follow
food.
you.
And pretty much you've got your standardized prep tables where they can, do everything from mixing stuff up to cutting, setting the stuff out so that it can thaw out and prepare for the meals ahead of time. Back this way, we've got our sanitizing area for washing, cleaning and sanitizing any of the items that we use throughout the process of our feeding system. So we've got your dry racks, your storage racks for your pots and pans, serving trays.
How many people do you feed here a day, roughly? I don't give the exact number, but
Over 100.
over 100. Okay.
We got 4 oven units here, so that way we can put out multiple products at one time without having to in and out of the oven constantly. It's a little different than your home cooking, where you're used to feeding maybe a family of 4. We're cooking on a larger scale, so obviously we're using a lot more ingredients, a lot more product, things like that. So that way we'll have enough to supplement and sustain the entire FOB.
Right.
Range top stoves we're actually hoping to replace and put newer modeled ones in. This is actually a local Afghan pressure cooker that our guys cook their food in. They make Afghan food here as well for some of our local contracted personnel to eat.
There's some food in the freezer.
Yeah. We also have distinguished visitors, local guests, governance personnel, line directors, the governor, A&P and ANA personnel that come in. This cabinet actually holds some of the finer actual silverware, plates, things like that that we utilize to go ahead and set out for when we have PPs come in, so that it makes it a little more homely. And
This is for the local Afghan people that come in here?
yes,
mainly?
we have distinguished visitors that come in. General Sabor, one of the A&P personnel that come in. Sometimes the governor will come in. A lot of line directors and people like that come in. So a lot of times, if they have a sure here, they'll go ahead and set out place settings with actual silverware utensils, things like that.
Okay.
So,
I just noticed the sign that says you're entering the mandatory hat area, and I left my hat in the other room.
absolutely, that's okay.
I'm in trouble
as
now.
long as you're not handling the food, we're good to go.
Okay. Oh, wow. Look at this.